taxes, inflation, and the breakdown of the family are causing us to fall behind. We have the lowest net worth in the United States, and I'm sure those numbers cross the border as well.
Some people get the disability tax credit and they don't open the registered disability savings plan, and that's where the government puts in all the money of grants and bonds for a person with a disability who has done all the steps. Some people don't do all the steps.
Here. There we go. Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations 2020, Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner, given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers that's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And that team, which I'm a part of since 2020, that's when we started, has reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. So I'm very happy about that. Also, just want to say you are watching The Morning Vibe live on August 12th, 2024, Monday, start of a new week. And how was y'all weekend? Hope your weekend was good. My co-host, Ryan Oneil Knight, will not be with us. Something has come up, so he... about 3 or 4 minutes that he can't make it today. Let me give a little drink of water. Needs my water as always this morning. So that is where we're at right now. So let's do some house stuff. As always, please subscribe if you are up to it. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube and hit the notification button. And we have passed 1,500 subscribers. Hey, hey, hey. And today, for tuning in today, you have the chance to win something. You have the chance to win. You know, I might as well say right now. So most first Mondays of each month, we have Carolyn Nichol, Certified Holistic Nutritionist from the Energy Shack Juice Bar on. And she's been part of the success of this channel, get up to 1,500 plus subscribers. So I asked her a favor. So what we're going to be doing today for anyone who's watching live, we're going to give away a free consultation with Carolyn. That's regularly worth over 100 and something, 110 bucks. You'll get a free one. So you have to stick around for the conversation. You have to be watching live, at least till the, well, if you have to leave, come back at the end. We're going to be doing a giveaway for the people who have been watching live today. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to get through this. Having a little bit of a health challenge here, but we're going to find a way. Also, please like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Other business, to advertise your business product or service on any of the platforms that I'm a part of, please feel free to email me at dr.vibe@vibeshow.com. Join the Morning Vibe Discord group where we continue the conversations offline in between epic conversations. Email me dr.vibe@vibeshow.com. I also got to hail up Indit Media. What's Indit Media? InditMedia.tv is a online independent creators network where different content creators from all over North America, I don't know if they're over in Europe yet, but all over North America, over almost 40 content creators, and is run by our great friend, Dr. Tachi out of Florida. And the network's been in existence for about 6 months now and has over, I think by now they have 17,000 subscribers. I have 3 shows, 3 shows that are live on that, that are rebroadcast on that network. This is one of them. Another one is Pride Time with Aisha and Lala. And the third one, I believe, is Black Canada Talking. So that I have content on the network. I also am one of the advisors of the broadcast and had a sharing session I had with some of the content creators last week on sponsorship, put your podcast sponsored. It was a lot of fun and had a lot of positive feedback. So I was very happy about that. So there we go. So for those who are tuning in live, please tell us where you are tuning in from and how was your weekend. Myself, pretty somewhat okay. It was an okay weekend. It was an okay weekend. On Saturday, I stayed pretty quiet and did primetime Saturday with Aisha and Lala on Saturday night from 7 to 8:30. And then yesterday I did one of those rare things. I went into downtown Toronto yesterday. Yes, Dr. Vibe, the man that rarely goes into downtown Toronto because Dr. Vibe don't like his traffic, but went to an event that was being put on by Movember and the Black Daddies Club about therapy in regards to Black men and Black young men. Had a great time there, great conversations, and good setup. They had some people live speak on panel. Then they also brought people in via Zoom from North America, and there was also a lady speaking from South Africa. And I attended the 2 panels that they had there, ran into some people I didn't know, ran into some people who I had not seen for a long time that remembered me. I didn't remember them, but that was a good conversation. I didn't stay for the men's roundtable at the end of the day because I wanted to get back, but I want to hail up Todd Minnerson, who is the country director for Movember Canada, and Brandon Hay of the Black Daddies Club for putting on, and the teams and everyone who helped there to make it a great event. Hope there are more to come. And good morning. He is in the house, JJ Mars from Colorado, our weather report man from Colorado. Hey, JJ Mars, hope things are fine and safe. As always, thanks for taking time out of your positive, productive schedule, because you're at least, and people don't realize it, he's 2 hours behind. So it's at probably around 7:06 in the morning. Correct me if I'm wrong, JJ Mars, where you're watching right now. And how are things down in your neck of the woods? Good stuff. Yeah, so that was my weekend, pretty much. So the only big outing was doing that event yesterday. Rest of it, I stayed quiet. Wasn't feeling 100% last night, and not 100% today. But hey, this doing this morning vibe thing and all these conversations is not about me. It's about you. So it's bigger than me. But you'll see me drinking water periodically this morning. So let me just take a water break. There we go. Yes. So again, this is another special conversation, but this one's a little special because everyone who's watching today qualifies for a giveaway for a complimentary consultation by Carolyn Nichol. If you want to get a little bit of an oversee on your health, which we all should. She is being kind enough, celebrating us going over 1,500 subscribers. She said, hey, we can make that happen. So if you are watching this live, please stay tuned, because when we do the giveaway live at the end of the show today, going to do it. We're going to say, hey, we're going to do it. If you're on the show, great. I'm going to give you an email address, actually my email address, to email me to say that you qualified, and we'll get you in touch. So JJ Mar says, yes, it is a nice day there, and it is 2 hours behind. Good. I'm right in my time clocks. That makes me really good. The Olympics ended yesterday. Did anyone watch any of the Olympics? I'm going to be 100% honest. I didn't watch one bit of it live. I watched highlights a little bit online, but I didn't watch one bit of it live. Did anyone watch it? And if you did, are there any moments that you said, wow, they were great? It was interesting during primetime Saturday on last Saturday night. And the Aisha and La were talking about the Olympics now has breakdancing, and the breakdancing competition was won by a Canadian. I think they had a little bit of about that, but they just said the breakdancing competition, the way it was run, was a bit of a joke in their opinion. But breakdancing in the Olympics, I didn't get a chance. I have to admit, didn't make an effort to watch it. Just doesn't really a lot of interest to me. So anyone watch it? It's a quiet audience. I guess you're wanting Carolyn to come on so you can qualify for your giveaway. But yeah, breakdancing, I didn't watch any of it. 100. Just to be totally honest, just not my interest anymore. I've got other things to I spend my time doing. So there you go. No Olympics, no vibe. And hey, for those who have kids or young people going to school, it's around the corner. It's around the corner. This summer, I've had a good summer. It's been really good. I really enjoyed the time during the summertime. And it's summer slowly. Like I noticed last night around 8:45, where I live here in Toronto, it was dark. And so that's a true indicator to say, hey, the days are getting shorter. So if you can, enjoy the summer wherever you can. Who is giving a Olgar Chanda? Well, thank you for liking the conversation on Facebook Live. Whenever you do something like that, I want to make sure as much as I can, I shout you out because we don't take it for granted. But yeah, the days are getting shorter. So school's around the corner and the ads for back to school are happening. Does anyone have to, does anyone have kids? Actually, I was speaking with Todd yesterday, Todd, the country director for Movember Canada, and he said the next 2 weeks he has to take one of his kids to university. So I know a number of parents are going to be doing that trek. The kids going to university. And anyone have any younger kids going back to school? Would love to know. But are you getting in the back to school mode? Because the ads are all over the place. All over the place. All right. Clear the throat here. All right. We've got things going on all over the place. All right. You know what? Let's just get to it. So I'm going to take a quick little break. I'm speaking that Carolyn Nichol is going to be ready because I see her in the green room and going to hope that she is. So we'll take a little bit of break. We'll come back and we're going to talk about the power of sprouts. And you know what? Carolyn is always educating me. I did not know a little. I don't know about the power of sprouts. I know nothing. So I've got questions, and it's interesting. At the event at Movember yesterday, they had the big trays of food, rice and peas, white rice. I didn't eat any of the white rice. I deviated a little bit. Yes, I did have some rice and peas. I did have some jerk chicken, and I didn't have. It looked like they had some sprouts. I go, I wonder if those are sprouts. I should have took a picture and asked Carolyn, are those sprouts? All right, I have a number of questions, conversation pieces for her because she realized now that I'm not too bad at asking questions. She's starting to give me props over the last few appearances. Say, Dr. Vibe, where are you getting these questions from? So I want to keep my streak solid going. So we're going to be back in 30 seconds, and we're going to come back with Carolyn. She's going to rock the house as usual. So 30 seconds, and Carolyn is back. Primetime Saturday with Aisha and Lala. Join Aisha K. Staggers and Laura Lala Key as they cut through the chaos and make some sense of the nonsense in American news and politics.
Where is your getting out there and doing everything that needs to be done to get this man in office? Because I don't see it.
Sharp insights, bold opinions, and a touch of humor. It's the show that keeps you informed and entertained.
Only when it fits their benefit.
Exactly.
Don't miss Primetime Saturday with Aisha and Lala. Tune in and stay ahead of the headlines. Yes, stay ahead of the headlines, especially with what's going on in the U.S. with Aisha K. Staggers and Laura Laki live on Saturday evenings, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Wherever you're watching this now, you're plugged in. Even better, just join the YouTube channel, subscribe, and hit the notification. You'll get all going in. And people are slowly but surely coming in. They're not here for me. They're not here for Ryan. You know why they're here? For this lady. That's why. They're not here for me. I'm just good morning. How are you? How you doing?
I'm really great. How are you?
I'm outstanding. A little bit of a but I'm powering through with water. And Carolyn said maybe this is a water fast day. So this is probably just going to be a water and salad day today.
Yeah, I think so. It sounds like you had a bit of a reset day is what you need.
Yeah, so it's time to, make a U-turn. That's U-turn, How are you? How are family? How's the team?
Everybody's good. It's been a busy summer for me. I mean, a little bit quiet at the Energy Shack as summers are. People aren't ready through the summer to, they want to do barbecues, not detoxes.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's something. You have had an impact on me. Another positive impact on me. I have not barbecued myself at all this summer.
Wow.
I have a barbecue in my backyard. I haven't used it. I'm only going to one barbecue, and that is actually a week from this Saturday. But I haven't gone to any barbecues. But in the past, I would barbecue 3 or 4 times a week.
So tell me something, Dr. Vibe. With these changes that you made, I know that you're not always 2 feet in, but you've made some really good changes. Do you notice in your health, like, is there a noticeable difference since
So
I
this is
have had an
yeah.
influence
So
in your life?
this is really interesting. I went to my doctor last week, and he took my blood pressure. And he goes, "Whoa, whoa," and I think twofold. Not being 2 feet in, but at least a foot in, has been a change. Second of all, that when we go and do the blood pressure, I do it when I first see him, not after a few minutes of conversation. So we're getting a good. He sort of went, "Whoa," but yeah, and as much as possible, like, again, having my biggest meal like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon has been something I've adhered to, and always, as much as possible, I'd say if there's 7 days a week, at least 5 of them I have a salad before any major meal. So and I've increased my exercise is getting up there now. Like,
Great.
I'm supposed to, got my watch. I'm supposed to have 150 minutes of intense exercise a week. So now I know my rhythm and pace. Because if I do 2 35 or 45-minute sessions, that covers my 150 hours a week. Because the way that they measure it, if you go in strenuous, it doubles up the actual minutes.
Yeah.
So that's been happening also. And yeah, the salad, water, the fruits, certainly that is locked in. And if I can combine it with exercise, and I asked him about my weight, he says, well, look, when you hear about all these things about BMI, look, first of all, most of those measurements are not based on African American or African people. Also, he said, you're a bigger guy. So he says, you're not doing too bad. And one of the things, and people always say I'm crazy, I go to see my doctor every 2 months. And you know what? I'm even going crazy now. If I go I'm even going now to see him every month.
Wow.
And people, and how are you doing that, Dr. Vibe? I ask. I ask. So I'm, on the journey, on the journey, right? But
are you overall feeling better? Do you feel like you've got more energy? I mean, I think you've lost weight since I met you. I don't know where you're at now.
I don't know or not, but also another thing that I'm, especially over this summer, that I've been implementing is, I work from home. And the thing is, I make sure probably around 1 or 2 o'clock every day, I just go and do like 15 minutes on my veranda and just relax. So just being intentional in my, and one of my main mentors, he was doing a talk the other day, and he coined another term for work-life balance. And I've got to make sure I bring that up, but it was really good the way he termed it, and I haven't written it down, but definitely when I go watch the replay of his talk, I'm going to bring that up. Let me just go here, see her, and say, good morning, Oprah Inspired. Go watch her creations on her YouTube channel, Oprah Inspired. You got some more questions from me. I can tell you. I can see that. I got questions. Rose, go ahead. Keep on going.
I just am curious to know just how you're doing, how you're feeling, because you have made some changes. I mean,
yeah.
So it's good to hear that it's a journey. It's not always worth it.
It's a journey, and you've got to be intentional, right? And I know that, like, even things like, again, simple things like my green smoothie, right? Again, lemon vinaigrette dressing, right? So I think it's a journey, not a race. And I'm going to probably, like a lot of people, get more aggressive back into it in the fall season.
Yeah.
And another thing, and I was, my body tells you when there's not when I'm not doing something right.
Yeah.
Right. But your body is, people need to realize the body is one of the greatest machines in all time. And it tells you, oh, here we go. Serena Wills, happy Monday, everyone. Hello, Dr. Vibe and Carolyn Nicol. She got the hearts. Yes, the hearts. Yeah. So yeah, it's been good. And I'm a full supporter of Energy Shack Juice Bar. Full support. If anyone, I just like, do it, make it happen, because it's just so worth it. And again, there's something good to be said about taking some of your lifestyle, making it minimalist. Right?
Yeah, that's a big thing. We don't need as much as we think we do, not even in food. We if our meals are nutrient dense, then we actually don't need as many calories as we're putting in.
No, we really don't. And let me just, so Sharina says the body is the greatest messenger. Listen to your body, it doesn't lie.
Yeah, but unfortunately, because of caffeine, alcohol, late nights, a lot of processed food that we put in, so many people can't hear their body anymore.
There we go.
That becomes the issue.
Look who's in the house.
Alice
is here in the house. And you know what? Since all you are here, we got to do this. There we go.
Throw up the vegetables.
Yes, got to throw up the vegetables. I was negligent the last few times. No, this is the Carolyn background.
Love it.
You know that she's in the house when you see this background. Do you miss Cuba?
Do I miss Cuba? Definitely miss Cuba, miss the people. We're staying connected, but there's so much more work to be done. So when you do a mission trip like what we did, you can't be a visitor. You've got to be committed. Yeah. So we'll be going back, but yeah, I came back from Cuba and it took like a good week to like be okay with being here and not there.
All right. Absolutely goes LOL. Serena goes yay for veggies. Yay for veggies.
Serena's got green vegetable hearts on her hello.
Yes, I saw that. The green veggies. This is so good. What else? How's the team?
Everybody's good. Like I said, it's been a little bit of a quieter summer, so people on vacation. Energy Shack is, we don't have the smoothies and the meals and the picnic food and all those things before. So the summer got very quiet for us, which is okay. I mean, not great for sales, but good for, staff being able to take some vacation time. I took some time away after Cuba, went to Quebec for a bit with my family, and I'll actually be traveling again this week. So just before the madness of rush of September, I don't like how I feel and look, starts to hit. We've had a little bit of a quieter summer, but lots of planning. We just had an online cooking class this Sunday, which was amazing. It was so great. If you're not connected with the Energy Shack, stay connected, because this online cooking class, it was so cool. People were cooking along with us, and we were like able to put the cameras on and share what they were cooking. And we were making vegan cheeses that were sliceable.
Wow.
Some yogurts that were made from coconut. It was off the hook amazing. And we had about 20 participants, and most of the participants were involved cooking with us. We made gluten-free pita bread, gluten-free crackers that had no flour in it.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was only $10 a class, and just amazing. So we do them every single month. You don't want to miss that. So
I need to get, because one of the things I'm missing out on that I've lots of it is making the stuff from scratch.
Yeah, so that's what we're showing.
Yeah, that's part of the the journey that I've sort of left behind and I need to get back engaged on is making. Let me ask you, is there any way you can put any more light on you? You're a little bit dark.
Yeah, you know what? I felt like that because the sun just changed and got
Yeah,
brighter.
yeah,
So
just
give
in the
me-
last
give
few
me-
months. It's okay. It's all right. I don't want you to.
No, there's a light in here. Let me see if it'll make any difference.
Okay, no
Talk
problem.
to the group for a sec.
All right, no problem. So yeah, so everyone, Carolyn's gonna, because I just noticed if you're watching live or in the replay, I just noticed she got really dark all of a sudden. Going, what happened there? But here is a comment from Serena Wills. That's deep about people who can't hear their bodies anymore. I have a loved one, and he's not hearing it because he's stuck in only what he wants to know, despite what is being told he should do. Well, you know what? Shindles, that's a great commentary, but at the end of the day, the only person that can change someone is themselves. So I hear where you're coming from in regards to wanting to change a person, etc., and all that. The only person that can change it, you can provide suggestions to them, but at the end of the day, it's only them that can make that change. So, hey, I hear you 150%. But that's all that can be done. So I don't know. Carolyn is back with us.
Yeah, I don't think I can make the light any better.
It's all right.
unless I change
Okay.
to another room.
No
Sorry.
problem. What about this?
I'm in the sunroom,
No
but there's so
problem.
much sun here, it's making me dark.
All right. So I just wanted to reread the comment that Serena Wills made. That's deep about people who can't hear their bodies anymore. She says she has a loved one, and he's not hearing it because he's stuck in only what he wants to know, despite what is being told he should do. Do you ever have? Do you ever have clients like that?
Addictions to food are so real. That's the issue. It's food addictions. We're so addicted to food, and you know what? There's millions of dollars put into, and I think actually the figure is probably billions.
Yeah.
Food science now is no longer what it used to be of, making sure that food is healthy for the human body. But food science is now how much salt, sugar, and fat could go into this to make somebody addicted. And so we're so addicted to our food. We don't even know how to let it go. It brings us comfort. It's all momentary, but unfortunately, the food addictions are real. That's why our detoxes are so important, because you cleanse your palate before you get back into food. And people need to fast over and over again. And I mean, that's what you may end up doing today, is just like cleansing the palate, doing a restart, and then desiring that which is good. Because you have a little bit of takeout food, or you have some salt, or you have, sugar. Like when that passes, because it hits dopamine, because it creates that, it excites that reward center for such a short period of time in an artificial way, you want it again, and you want it again. Unless you break that cycle, it's very hard to get out of that.
All right. So just to do a reset here, we are here with our monthly friend, Carolyn Nichol of the Energy Shack Juice Bar, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. She's going to be talking about the power of sprouts. Also today, I want to shout out the Macmillan Group who's watching live. Also Garth Yard. Thank you for liking the conversation. Want to say hello to Fitness IQ Cam. Morning. The unreachable Fitness IQ Cam. She's so busy these days. And she goes, I was thinking of a restart. There she goes. Serena goes, I know I can't change him. I just offer suggestions. That's all you can do. Learned that years ago. Yes, it's food addictions and it's sad. I just want the best for him, but he has to want it too. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And laugh emojis from Fitness IQ Cam. And also just wanted to say, reset wise, if you are watching this today and you are live, you qualify for a giveaway, because celebrating passing 1,500 subscribers on YouTube, Carolyn's been so kind to give a complimentary
consultation.
Yes, there's a word. I had a brain fog for a consultation. So if you stick till the end, and we'll be giving that away. Okay, today today, you're going to educate me and I think some others again. The power of sprouts. The power.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to try to turn another light on here. I see it as the sun keeps getting brighter behind me. My light. Anyway, it's okay. So I do have a PowerPoint.
Yeah. Okay. So what you need to do is at the bottom of your screen, click present. And then one of the options you should have is to
share my screen.
Share your screen. It'll ask you, what, go to a tab or etc. And I'll know when that happens on my end when you get that tab up. While Carolyn's doing that, Cindy says fasting is not only good for our bodies, but it can also reset us spiritually. 100%. 100%. Okay, there we go. 100%. And look what's up here.
Oh, look.
This is
sharing screen.
Look at the power sprouting and cute. Wow, she's getting everything in. Bam, bam. And welcome, Cindy, to the morning vibe. I see you're watching on YouTube. If you are up to it, please feel free to subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel and hit the notification button. All right, you got it going on. Here you go.
Awesome. I love this. Okay, great. So, wow, it's so big and beautiful. So I'm really glad to be here and glad to share this information with you. So mostly I want to share, I mean, we're talking about health all the time, but here's the thing is that I don't think we realize the power of raw foods, and not everybody can consume raw foods. That's a little disclaimer. Some people have some digestion issues and they can't really have as much raw foods as they like. But for the most part, what most people are missing, and this even can go with Serena with her brother's situation, and many of us, we crave a lot of sugars, we crave a lot of carbohydrates because our system, number one, is not nourished enough, and number two, there's not enough water in our system. So what happens is that when you eat a lot of cooked foods, as soon as it's heated, it's losing its nutrients. So that's the reality of cooked food. And when you have raw food, you have your salads, you have your cucumbers, you have your arugula, you have your fruits. The nutrients are all intact because they're fully raw. So you get so many more nutrients in your system. And when your checklist of nutrients is filled up, cravings go away. Many of us are craving things because because we're malnourished. So the more you have raw food in your diet, the more that you'll find that your cravings are gone, that you have more energy. And the reason is that there's higher nutrition, but raw food has enzymes. So enzymes are needed to digest your cooked meal. But when you have a salad before your cooked meal, your body doesn't have to produce as many enzymes. So you have so much more energy because you're eating so much more raw, because it's live food. And then when that live food goes inside your body, you become alive. The other thing too is that your fruits, your vegetables, these are high water concentration. Once you cook your zucchini, or you cook your vegetables, you notice they spring water, they lose water, it evaporates in the pan. You might add your sauces and stuff, but now you're adding sugars, now you're adding salt. So cooked food can be very dehydrating. It requires a lot of water to digest your meal. But once you have your big salad before your cooked meal, there's so much water in there. Your body gets lots of water, so it doesn't have to rob water to digest your meal. Same thing when you have your fruits before your breakfast. It's full of water. So your body doesn't pull water from the system to digest the meal. So you end up more hydrated. People are drinking liters and liters of water a day, but they're not having high water concentrated foods. So they're actually in a state of dehydration. Are we good?
I am good. The raw foods, the higher nutrition, enzymes, the whole.
I'm sorry. Let me bring it back.
Okay, no problem. So the high water concentration, and you were talking about, so drinking water before a meal is not good?
It's not that. You need a certain amount of water every day for sure, depending on your weight. But what I'm saying is that it's not enough just to be drinking water. And you never want to drink water while you're eating, because then you dilute the enzymes. But when your food contains some water in it, the water is slowly pulled out of that food in a more systematic way. And that way it helps with digestion. If you're eating and you drink a glass of water, you dilute all of that hydrochloric acid. It's really problematic and your food can't digest well. But when you have a big salad that has water in it, that water comes out in slow regulation through the digestive system, and your body doesn't have to pull water from your system to digest, because that's what has to happen. Every time we eat a meal, some hydrochloric acid needs water. So some water is pulled from your system to continue the process of digestion. But when there is water inside the fibers of your meal, your body does not pull water from your system to digest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the water that you've consumed can be used for the processes. Your brain's 75% water. You can use that water for all the body's processes rather than robbing it for digestion.
Okay. So it's, again, I know you'll probably like this term, it's a more natural way of eating.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you're aiding your body's natural rhythm of digestion rather than, pouring a glass of water into your system while you're eating. It doesn't work. It actually inhibits your body from digestion.
We hear the term a lot, fiber is good for you. Fiber is good for you. Why is fiber good, especially when it comes to raw foods?
Wow. What a good question.
Well, you know what? You're holding me out to a standard, so I got to stay up there.
Yeah, so fiber is an amazing substance. Fiber is completely undigestible by the human body. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Whatever you eat has to be broken down to its molecular state. You have an apple, you got to get the vitamin C out, you got to get the antioxidants out, you got to pull the water out. So that takes a lot of work. Fiber doesn't require work. I mean, a little bit, because it has to get it out to the toilet, but it can't be broken down. It can't be digested. And it's very sticky. The soluble fiber that you have in your salads, your fruits, it's a very sticky substance. So because it can't be digested, it stays inside your colon, beginning in your stomach, then your small intestines, and it goes through this 30-foot gastrointestinal tract. Sticky.
Hold on. There's 30 feet inside of me?
Can you imagine? More than that, because you've got yes. And here's the thing. If you look at a lion, a lion's like 10, 12 feet. If you look at these animal eaters in the animal kingdom that eat animals, they have very, very short colons, because meat rots while it's digesting.
Oh.
We have an extremely very long colon. That means that it's going to take at least 24 hours for food to pass through there. And so when you put meat inside a 24-hour passage, it's going to rot and putrefy. That doesn't happen with the lion or anybody in the animal kingdom that eats meat. It comes in and it goes out. They're left with the nutrients. They're left with the protein. But we're left with the rotting and the putrefaction of animal products sitting in a 37-degree intestinal tract. I mean, you take meat and leave it on your counter in a warm area for 24 hours, what's going to happen?
Wow, you're
Yeah, sorry.
you're making me not feel real good to eat meat anymore after that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? Think about the top meats that humanity eats today. Think about it. So
Beef,
beef,
chicken,
chicken, pork.
pork. I don't. Yeah, pork.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lamb.
lamb.
These are the main meats, right? Fish.
Yep.
We use these.
By the way, I've only had one piece of fish since I've met you.
Oh wow.
And the only thing, because it was a fish fry, but outside of that, I have not had any fish.
Amazing.
Any. So I'm getting there. But yeah. Oh,
but I'm just saying,
that description you made about the meat thing is sort of sticking on me right now. Go on.
You might have nightmares tonight.
Yeah, go on.
But if you just think about all of these animals, including the fish that we eat for protein, what do they eat for protein? Why are they so full of protein? What are they eating? Chickens, cows, pigs, fish. None of them eat meat.
No, they don't.
They don't eat meat. But we feel like we need to eat them for protein. Where are they getting their protein from? They get it from vegetables, from plants.
Okay, just to catch up, Serena Wills agrees with Cindy's comment about fasting is not only good for our bodies, but it can also reset us spiritually. Also, Fitness IQ Cam's diluting enzymes. And also, she has a question. She goes, "Wait, fish is worse than poultry?"
I wouldn't say it's worse than poultry. It's kind of on the same level. Our fish is very toxic. I mean, unless you're going to go to fresh water that, out in the oceans and catch it yourself, our fish is farmed and it's loaded with mercury and toxins. Yeah, unfortunately, I put fish and chicken, they're on the same level. Beef, because it takes like 48 hours to digest. And pork is 72 hours to digest. So fish and chicken is around the 24-hour, but I'd say fish, chicken, they're interchangeable. Dr. Vive's just on his journey, so cutting out one thing at a time.
Yeah, the fish, like I said, since I've met you, Carolyn, once.
Wow.
And the only regular meat that I do eat is chicken, and that's not maybe once or twice a week. The thing also too is, since I've met you, if I've ever had red meat like steak, my stomach says no. It says no. So I'm just gone away from it. Just saying the facts. Oh, okay. Question. I think you're going to be on for a little bit today because they're fine with the questions. Serena Wills says, "Can you explain the difference between wild caught versus farm raised fish?" Good question.
Yeah. So, I am not going to pretend to be an expert in animal products, but I'm an expert in plants. But what I will tell you is, like, a sockeye salmon, that's a wild salmon, has the opportunity to live and grow in the wild without, of course, we know our oceans and waters are polluted. But it is you go get a sockeye salmon, you're talking like a very thin piece of salmon. There's not a lot of fat on it. It's very, very lean. You get yourself a farm salmon, whether they call it wild salmon, but it is farmed. It's not a sockeye salmon. You're going to have a big, fat piece of salmon, very fatty, very meaty, very juicy, probably because it's farmed. So it is going to now they're going to put fertilizer in the water. Unfortunately, and I would say that fish are naturally vegetarians or vegans, plant-based eaters. But unfortunately, they throw pieces of meat now inside the waters. That is confirmed. There's antibiotics. They're trying to get that fish as big as they can because that serves more people. That is more money. So unfortunately, our farms are controlled by human beings, and we mess everything up. but now they're fed meat, now they're fed fertilizer, now they're fed antibiotics, and they don't have enough growing space, so they're not moving. If you ever get a glimpse, and you can find some on YouTube, but you get a glimpse of how these fish are farmed, such tight spaces, just like our cows, just like our pigs, just like our chickens. They put as much as they can in one small area. So there's no exercise. There's not a lot of movement, not a lot of freedom. So they're just going to get fat and pumped with antibiotics. And then we eat it. I'm telling you, our meat industry has gone to the dogs. It's not a good situation. I mean, sure, if you wanted to go and put a gun on your back and head out into the wild and catch your food wild, you'd probably be better off. Still rot and putrefy in your intestinal tract, but you wouldn't have the antibiotics and the mess. All
right. Before we continue on, Dr. Tachi, the powering force behind Indit Media, is in the house. Hope you are good, Dr. Tachi. And this will also be rebroadcast in an edited form on Indit Media, the network she runs. Let's continue on with the types of sprouts.
Yes, and welcome. Good to see you, Dr. Tachi. You have such a faithful audience. It's incredible.
By the way, Serena says, wow, thanks for the breakdown.
Yeah, my pleasure. So I really wanted to talk to you guys about sprouts today, and we did it a couple weeks ago for some of the Energy Shack audience, but it's a different audience here, and I'm very passionate about sprouts for a couple reasons. For myself, I'm mostly a raw food eater, so I don't eat a whole lot of cooked food. I'm mostly a raw vegan, and that turned into a major protein deficiency quite a few years ago for myself, because I went on this, I noticed that by eating mostly raw, I had more energy. I just felt better. So I kept going on this raw diet of just having a big salad for breakfast and some fruits and nuts in the afternoon. And after about a year of that, feeling really good, having lots of energy, my doctor's like, wow, your protein levels are so low. And I'm working out with this personal trainer. We had just wrapped up doing a year together. And I'm like, okay, I think I've got it on my own now. And I'm like, can you give me some feedback, Mr. Trainer? Which, by the way, two really great trainer, Yusuf Wong. I know that he's still working out. But anyway, he had said to me, you know what, Carolyn, I've been working out with you for a year. You are like so fast. You have so much energy. Like you put, you're almost 50 and you put my young women to shame with the amount of burpees you can do and jump ropes, and you just never run out of energy. But you were at the same weight that we started. And it's a year later, you haven't got stronger and you're never sore. And I think that's a problem. And he's right. He put me through all of these crazy workouts. I come back the next day and he's like, how sore are you? And I'm like, not sore at all. So I really put this to, I too get my blood work done regularly. I'm like, my protein's so low. But the reality is I had given up cooked food. So just being in prayer about it and just like, it's not, I need protein. I know that for every function of the human body. Like you can't live off low protein. That's not healthy. And then I remember that when the kids were younger, I used to sprout all the time. So I just went back to sprouting my beans rather than eating them in my cooked meal. And I'm telling you, in 2 weeks, I had gone from just being able to like do bicep curls with 10 pounds. I couldn't get over 10 pounds. And I was easily doing them at 17. Everything had changed. I was and I'd work out and all of a sudden it was getting sore again. So I had put my protein down to such low levels, but as soon as I started sprouting, what a drastic change. And as I dug into that deeper, recognizing that sprouts, just 2 tablespoons of sprouts will give you enough sprouts almost for a full week. But in one sprout has 6 times the amount of protein that is found in the actual bean if I cooked it. So there's a huge amount of protein, antioxidants, proteolytic enzymes, which fight cancer in sprouts. And they're so easy to make. No sunshine, no dirt, just water in your beans. And a little tiny bit goes such a long way. So they're very affordable, economical, and so healthy.
Wow. Okay. Like, so you were experiencing a deficiency and you said, oh, sprouts. Back to the sprouts game. Back to the sprouts game. Let me just see. Let's catch up on any comments here. Oh, so Dr. Sachi says, so you were building muscle, or she says, or were you not building muscle?
I was trying to build muscle, but it wasn't working.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't working because I didn't have anywhere close to enough protein to be able to do that. But once I stayed to my plant-based diet, but just added the sprout factor, huge difference.
Nice.
Huge difference, like literally overnight.
So if you're watching this live on the replay, plant seeds, broccoli, radish, mustard, beans, grains, seeds, pumpkin and sunflower seeds. So I don't know if you're going to be showing up in upcoming slides. So can you eating them raw?
So the type of sprouts that you can have is you can take broccoli seeds, radish seeds, mustard seeds, clove. You can go to a health food store and you can get these seeds. And so think about it. If I plant a radish seed, I'm going to get like 6-8 bulbs of radishes. When I sprout that seed and I eat just one seed, I'm getting the nutrients that would have been in 6 or 8 radishes in one seed, right? If I plant a broccoli seed, that's going to grow into like 3 heads of broccoli. I would never be able to eat that in a sitting. But how many broccoli sprouts can you eat in a sitting? Like a lot. So you end up having so many nutrients in your sprouts because you're sprouting them. And what happens is there's more enzymes, so it's live nutrients. You don't want to cook them. So you can sprout seeds, and you don't have to just go to a garden store and get your seeds. You can go to a health food store and they'll give you you can buy the sprouting seeds, but you can also just take your kidney beans, your chickpeas, like right off your shelf. I'm going to just grab some beans here. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can just take your
we
beans.
can see. Yeah.
These are just mung beans, and you can just sprout that. Now, if I'm going to cook mung beans,
I need to know what this term sprouting. What do you mean by?
I'm going to explain all of it.
Okay,
I'm going to show you how to do it. I brought all my stuff.
When this topic came down, go, what is sprouting? What is sprouting?
Yeah, I know it. So it's very different than what we've been doing. This is a very practical way, and I'm sorry for the lighting. It's a very practical kind of talk today, but I'm just so passionate about sprouts and how, like, today everything is so expensive, but beans, rice, cabbage, apples, they're still the cheapest food on the planet. Bananas, like, our plant foods are still the cheapest foods on the planet. So, I mean, it's the way to go if we're watching our budget. But think about it. If I wanted to cook some mung beans for myself, I'd have to have about a half a cup of mung beans cooked in order to serve me for just, 1, maybe 2 meals. I can take 2 tablespoons of beans, 2 tablespoons, and serve myself enough protein for an entire week because of sprouting. So you can sprout pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, you can sprout millet, you can sprout quinoa, you can sprout buckwheat, you can sprout wheat. I mean, that's how, some commercial manufacturers have sprouted wheat. But you could sprout pretty much anything as long as it's raw. It can't be pasteurized. It has to be fully and totally raw.
I'm still not clear on what is sprouting. I don't know what that means.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you. So first of all, here's the process. Okay. First of all, you're going to take one bean, okay, or 2 or 3 beans, and you're going to soak them overnight. Okay. So you're going to take 2 tablespoons of your beans and you soak them overnight. Now you're going to have a germination process because they're going to get soft, the shells on the outside, and they're going to crack. Okay. They're also going to require a lot of water in order for it to actually sprout. And when it does sprout, it increases the fiber content of the bean, but the process of creating a sprout to come out of the bean breaks down the carbohydrates inside, increases the enzymes, and increases the nutrients. So beans naturally have a lot of carbohydrates in them. And if you're a diabetic and you're trying to watch your carbs, if you sprout your beans, you lose so much of the carbohydrates because you are actually, creating a sprout. You're increasing the fiber. So the carbohydrates has to turn into fiber. So basically what you're doing here is you're creating all of these benefits. Now, because of the germination process, you've softened the outside of the seed. It's easier to digest. It produces good prebiotics. Now it's containing more water than your bean would cook. So now it's better for digestion and hydrating. It's increasing the fiber amount of that bean, which means you're going to have better bowels, more toxin removals because that sticky fiber pulls toxins. And now more fiber increases probiotics. So you get prebiotics and probiotics, less glucose because you've broken down the carbohydrates, increased enzymes. So now it's much better for digestion.
Okay, thank you. Now I get it. So basically putting the beans in water and keeping them fed water-wise until they sprout.
Yes.
Okay.
So let me show you something.
All right.
Okay, so basically all you need is a glass jar.
Yep.
And what you would do is you would take 2 tablespoons. I like mung beans because the flavor of them, they're easy. Okay. I like the flavor of them.
You know what?
And they're easy to grow.
I'm going to just do something for just one. I'm going to take off
the screen.
The share screen for a moment. And then what I'm also going to do, okay, let me do this. I'm going to present. I'm going to remove that. Okay, and then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put you main screen. Go.
Yay! All right. So all you need is a glass jar. This is a big one. You just need a mason jar, okay? And what you're going to do is you're first going to soak your beans. This is the after look. You're going to first soak your beans overnight. 2 tablespoons of beans is all you need, and just cover them with purified water. Let them soak overnight. In the morning, you're going to drain off all the water and you're going to let your beans just sit inside your glass container. And twice a day, you're going to want to cover the lid with maybe a nylon stocking. You can get a sprouting jar. Let me show you something.
Could you even put saran wrap over it?
No, it has to breathe. You can also get a sprouting container, which has 2 containers. You can get fancy. You can buy this, but you can also just do it cheap and just get a mason jar. But you need to have some sort of a cover that will keep insects out, but will allow it to breathe. So that could be a paper towel with an elastic. Yeah. That could be a nylon stocking. That can just simply be like you could actually get a sprouting cover. But you do want to keep it covered. But even a paper towel with an elastic, as long as it doesn't tear, works. Yep. But this is what you're going to do. I like the nylon cover stocking. And the reason being is that if you get your nylon and you put an elastic, it tightens it around here and it lets the air in, keeps any bugs out because fruit flies, for some reason, love these.
Okay.
But what you're going to do now is the next day, you just dumped off all that water. You soaked it for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And now you just let it sit on the counter, slightly elevated. Okay. So that water drains. And twice a day, you're going to take your water, fill your jar with water just to cover your sprouts. And then you immediately shake off the water. All you're trying to do is let these sprouts get wet. While they're wet, their seed breaks. And I'll just show you here. So as the seed breaks, the skin will start to come off and it will start to create a small little sprout shoot that is happening at the end. This is not normal, right? You don't open up your beans and see a sprout, but that's what's happening. So the carbohydrates inside the bean have broken down and it's being used instead to create a sprout. But this sprout is just fiber and enzymes, and it's live raw food. And while it's doing that, it's creating what's called proteolytic enzymes, which are extremely, extremely healing for cancer and other ailments. So basically, when you eat it, you can eat the bean now. This is not, I would never be able to chomp through, an actual mung bean. But when it's sprouted, this mung bean is this sprout just like 4 days later. And so now I can eat the bean. You can see it got so much larger, but it's just full of water and it's full of enzymes. So if you would fill your container with a couple tablespoons of beans, it'll start like this, but in about 4 days, you won't see anything. It'll just look like, spider, whatever, filled with it, your entire jar. Yeah. And once 4 days has expired and your sprouts are full, you just take your sprouts and put it in the refrigerator. And now it keeps for 5 days. And, by the third day or the second day of eating your sprouts, start again. You should never run out of sprouts. And you could sprout lentils, you can sprout chickpeas, you can sprout kidney beans. I don't like sprouting those beans because the bottom part ends up being so big. And I don't like chomping through that. I like having a small bottom part. But you can also see that it's still full of the skins of the seeds, which are hard to digest. So what you can do is once they're done sprouting is fill your sprouts with water and most of the skins will float to the top. And then you can just skim them off and strain them out and then let the water, sit them in a strainer all day after most of the skins are gone and then put it in the refrigerator. But sprouting is such an incredible way to get so much protein, so much enzymes, so much fiber and water in your diet. And I'm recommending that you don't skip your salad, but you add it to your salad. You can still eat your chickpeas and your sweet potato, your chocho, your ground provisions, whatever you want afterwards. But adding sprouts to your meal, whether you're going to do broccoli sprouts or whether you're going to do bean sprouts, your broccoli sprouts, your radish sprouts, they're not a big source of protein, but they're a huge source of nutrients. So if you read this, that broccoli sprouts are about 50 times more powerful in cancer prevention than their mature counterpart. Because in one seed, you're getting like all that whole flower and you're not eating one seed. You're going to eat like 10, 15 seeds at a time. So I'm so passionate about sprouts.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, because it's like, it is superfood so cheap. And you keep them in the dark. You grow them in your cupboard. They don't even need light. In fact, I recommend you don't give them light. It's amazing.
Okay. A few, of course, when you're here, always comments. Dr. Tachi says, I love mung beans.
Awesome, Dr.
And
Tachi.
she also goes, yes, the skins on the beans is what produces gas.
Yes.
All right, some questions here. JG Marsh from Colorado says, is it possible that growth hormones feed to livestock and plants are passed along to young kids, causing them to mature and develop at a younger age?
So 100%. The biggest problem is our dairy products, because not only are our cows being pumped with extra hormones and antibiotics, but dairy products are breast milk for a baby calf. So you would know that breast milk has so many extra hormones in it, trying to take a little baby to grow it up to a big mother cow or bull. So when you take the extra antibiotics that you're putting in that animal and the extra hormones that you're putting in that animal, plus you're giving it the breast milk from another species, I think dairy products are contributing to more of the rapid growth and abnormal growth of our young people today than ever before.
All right. Opal Inspired says, I believe raw kidney beans are toxic.
So they can be, unless you sprout them. So if you eat raw kidney beans, you are correct. I have a recipe where, and Dr. Vibe knows because he uses it. You take chickpeas, you soak them overnight, you blend them and cook them. I tried that with kidney beans and got super sick. Yeah, you can't do it with kidney beans. And I didn't know that. So yes, raw kidney beans can be toxic. I don't like sprouting them anyway, but they're not toxic sprouted. But I would prefer that, and I think you would prefer the nutrition of black beans, chickpeas, kidney beans, because the bean is much smaller, so much easier to digest.
Cindy has a question. I don't know if that she was going to be asking about sprouting seed brands. You want to answer that now or later?
I can look at it.
So Cindy asks, which are the best sprouting seed brands?
So it's going to vary. Sprouting is not a huge industry, so there's lots of little small companies that do it. I can't tell you the sprouting off the top of my head because I don't buy sprouted seeds. I just take my beans and I sprout them. So I just buy organic green lentils or organic mung beans and I just sprout them. I don't sprout a lot of broccoli seeds, radish seeds, all of these other seeds. And if I do, I'm getting them from my garden when they flower and seed, and then I sprout them. So I'm not really buying a lot from the market.
Okay. Serena Wills, I need a manual that says everything Carolyn Nicol just said with the steps how to sprout. This is, yeah, I'm the same way because what you just went through, I'm going,
Just send me an email.
Okay.
Anybody listening, I will send you for free the instructions on how to sprout. I'm so passionate about you being able to sprout. I will send it to you absolutely for free. Just email me info@theenergyshackjuicebar.com and I will give you the step-by-step instructions on how to sprout.
Yes, and if anyone didn't get that verbally, it is showing on the screen right now. Plus, on all the platforms except LinkedIn, probably, if you go through your comments section, the contact information is there. So there we go. That's the next comment here. Oh, and Fitness IQ goes, oh dear, more work for Carolyn. Oh dear.
More information for her.
Fill up that email box. Fill up that email box. Oh my goodness. All right. Another thing here. Look at this. Serena Wills goes, hooray for the steps via email. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right. I know you have some more slides you want to share with us.
Not too many, but I think just a couple.
Yeah, I've got some questions for you too. So
yeah,
there you go.
For sure. I think we've talked through most of it.
Okay, can you go back the slide you just were at?
Yeah.
The one before that? Okay. All right. So anything you want to share? I think you may have shared.
Yeah, we covered most all of it. So you're welcome to take the screen down. We can just chat a bit. I can wrap up with just a few points from Cuba.
Well, you can do that, or what do you want to wrap up and question my questions, or what order do you want to do?
Well, let's just any other questions anybody has about
Okay.
sprouting, and then I'll just wrap up with a little summary of our Cuba trip, because so many people here were actual supporters of Cuba, and I want to just tell you what we did there.
Okay, so can you explain the nutritional benefits of different types of sprouts?
Yeah, so that's a good question. If you're going to sprout your grains, you are going to have a little bit higher amount of carbohydrates than you would in your beans or your broccoli sprouts. But you're going to get a whole lot more B vitamins. So whatever's in that grain, so grains have a lot of B vitamins, they have some iron and calcium. So whatever you're going to sprout, you're going to get like a multiplied, an exaggerated, not even exaggerated, but a greater amount of nutrients than was in that original grain or that original bean. So that's why in broccoli, you're getting tons of antioxidants. You're getting tons of cancer-fighting nutrients. But in your beans, when you sprout them, you're getting tons of protein. So when you sprout your grains, you're going to get a lot of B vitamins. You're going to get your iron. You're going to get more calcium. So depending what you sprout is really what you're going to get. It's magnified of what was in its original state.
Okay. Here's another conversation piece. How do sprouts compare to fully grown vegetables in terms of nutrients?
Yeah, so it doesn't even compare. As we saw in one of the other slides, it's like 50 times the amount that you're going to get out of its mature counterpart. So, and when it comes to, so if I'm going to have, one broccoli seed, I'm going to have like not one broccoli seed, but if I'm having one serving of broccoli, or I'm having one serving of broccoli sprouts, I have 50 times more nutrients in my sprouts than I would in my serving of broccoli. It's really powerful, extremely powerful. And so it's almost the same thing that's happening on the level of beans. I could take 2 tablespoons. How much cooked beans would that make? But I get so many sprouts from 2 tablespoons, right?
Okay. I know you spoke about it during our conversation, but again, just to go over some specific health conditions that can benefit from eating sprouts.
Yeah, so because it can be tricky, because Dr. Vibe, there's some people that don't digest raw food very well. They have like major digestion issues, and sprouts could take them over the edge.
Oh.
So sprouts can be, it's so much live enzymes, so much action happening in your stomach gut. So if you don't have a healthy digestive system, sprouts may not be beneficial for you in the beginning until you heal your stomach gut. But at the same time, there's so much prebiotics, probiotics, fiber, water, and enzymes that it helps to create a healthy stomach gut. It's just like cabbage juice for someone who doesn't have a good stomach, it hurts in the beginning, and after a while it feels better. So sprouts can help to create a much better digestive tract. It can help with diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, cholesterol, because it picks up all that extra cholesterol and can flush it out the system. Dilutes your blood. They're so high in water, cancer fighting properties. And because the carbohydrates are so much less in the bean now, it doesn't negatively affect your blood sugar.
All right. Good stuff. Let's go to another one. What are the best ways to incorporate sprouts into meals?
So, best way to incorporate sprouts in the meals, never ever cook them. As soon as you cook them, I know that they're nice in your stir fry, but as soon as you cook them, you completely kill their enzymes. And it's the enzymes in the bean sprouts that come together in the body to create amino acids, which eventually come together to create that protein. So don't cook them. Toss them in your salad or eat them, even mixed into your meal raw, but don't cook them. The best way I find them is just to have them with my salad. but they're wonderful inside. You know, 2 slices of gluten-free bread. You've got your tomato, your avocado, your sprouts in there. Like, you know, you put them in a wrap. I mean, you can throw them on top of your stir fry. There's so many wonderful ways to enjoy them, but I'm just a salad girl, so it's hard for me to make the bowl.
So what are some of your favorite recipes that feature sprouts?
You know what? I'm terrible that way because I like literally eat salads. But for my family, they love it when I take the rice paper wraps, and they're hard rice papers, and I rehydrate them by wetting them a bit, and I wrap up in their lettuce and the sprouts with like really thin shaved carrots and cucumbers. And I make a nice, instead of a peanut dipping sauce, a nice almond dipping sauce. They love it. And you know what? I can't even get my grandkids to eat sprouts. I just put like,
what?
Yeah, everybody loves sprouts.
Oh, we lost Carolyn for a moment. Oh my goodness. Carolyn, do come back. That was by accident. Oh no. Oh no. Carolyn, please come back. So that was my error, family. My error. I clicked the wrong button. So let me call her quick to get her back in because we got to do a giveaway. Oh my goodness. I hope she doesn't get mad at me for the rest of my life. Carolyn, let me do something right quick. I'm just going to put myself on mute and call. All right, she's entering back in. Family, my fault. I guess I took her excitement and got so, yes, you are excited, Dr. Vibe. Yes, I am excited, Dr. Vibe. Yes, please forgive me. All right, she is back. Sorry about that. See, Serena says you are excited, Dr. Vibe. She'll forgive you. Thank you. All right, yes, we left off. Yes, so.
As long as it was just me and not the audience booted out, that's easy to recover from.
There you go. So Cindy says, I don't roast the sprouts. LOL.
Yeah, definitely don't heat those sprouts. Kill everything good in them. They're back to its normal original seed.
100%. All right. Cuba wrap up and then we'll do the giveaway.
Yeah. I don't even know if this will go.
While you're looking at that too, Ryan Singh, good to hear from you, Ryan. Hope you and your family are fine and safe. He goes, loving this. Thank you.
Wonderful. So I don't know if we could share the screen. I don't know if that'll come up, but we can try.
It's not showing that I can yet, so it has to be on. Are you able?
Oh, yeah. It's all about me. Sorry. It's all about me. Share the screen and the window and there we go. So
there we go.
Yeah, I don't know if it will advance. It's actually it's kind of sort of playing now, but maybe not.
Slide.
Okay, I think I've got a kind of, so it was quite interesting. We didn't know what to expect. We went down there and the plan is that for 2, possibly 3 days, but for a couple days, we were going to teach this, we were going to train a group of about 70 local church members how to be equipped on how to reverse diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, digestion issues, and arthritis. So supposedly this group of people had already had lots of background knowledge in all of these diseases before. So this wasn't like brand new information. But when we got there on the Friday and on the Saturday, we went into the church and I was explaining, we observed the Sabbath. So it was like a full service. And I was explaining the 8 laws of health that we use, that I expected them already to know. It was like, no, we don't know it in that way. It was completely different. And this is the group of people that were supposed to be making the meals for all 70 through the week as we were doing the training, because we wanted to give them lunch for being there all day for the training. And I was just like, if they don't understand the concepts of disease, what kind of meal are they going to put together? So on Sunday, myself and the pastor, we actually went down to the market and I went down to church, and I had to immediately think, I've got to do this whole menu on my own. When I saw what they were going to cook for the people, God bless them, but it wasn't going to work with the message I was sharing. So we went to the market. There's no such thing as a grocery store. You're just picking up your items and putting them in your backpack, running back to our driver. Here's our 100 pounds of sweet potatoes and our beans. And anyway, I also started taking pictures of the costs of the items because economy is, horrible in Cuba. So after hours in the heat, sweltering heat of getting food for 70 people for 3 days, we finally were able to accomplish that. The pastor was very nervous. He didn't see the oils and all the white rice. And he wanted to get huge 25 bags of white rice, bottles and bottles of oil, because that's how they cook. That's what they know. And I'm like, no, we need 2 small bags of rice. We don't even need any oil. So there was a lot of nervousness with, what is Carolyn going to do and feed these people? They're going to come and never want to come back. So on Monday, when I started the training, there was a lot of
so Carolyn,
hesitant.
your
Yes.
internet connection. Okay, it seems like it's better now. You were cutting in and out. Okay.
Cutting out. Okay. So there was lots of, you don't know our culture, you don't know how we do things here, you don't know the economy. So I was showing them very simply that if they ate twice a day and they got rid of the rice and the oil, ate more of the beans, which I showed them the prices of the beans compared to the chicken. So I was able to show them that. And if they only ate twice a day, they'd actually save themselves more money. They'd reverse their diseases if they got rid of all the white rice. I will just forward these slides a bit. I know that there's going to be some issues. And so what we did is by that first day, we cooked their meal, which was lettuce, cucumbers, mung beans, tiny bit of rice, used 0 oil in their cooking, which they thought was not even possible. And the next day when they came back on Tuesday, I said, how many people ate dinner? And 2 out of the 70 raised their hand. They said, we were so full from lunch, we didn't even need dinner. And the 2 people that ate dinner said they didn't even need it. And so by Tuesday, they were convinced that they could live off 2 meals a day if they did it properly. And they used the less oil and the less rice. They used more beans, and I taught them how to sprout. I mean, now you can take 2 tablespoons of beans and it can give you fresh food. If you can't afford the lettuce and the cucumbers, you can eat sprouts before your meals. And so on the 3rd or 4th or 5th day, anyways, the Wednesday and Thursday, we then took all this information and went house to house to the poorest of poor. And I'm very disappointed in the culture and education of the Cubans, because they're not tied to their land. You go to Jamaica, you visit the poor of poor, they're telling you, oh, you know what? That soursop on my tree will kill cancer, and this will do that, and this will do. They have no idea. They're suffering with digestion issues, but they're growing aloe in their backyard. And they don't even know if they eat the inside of the aloe, they'll heal their digestion issue. They're using garlic like sparingly here or there, but they're fighting an infection. They grow so much garlic there, and they didn't even know if they ate it, their infection would be gone. So there's just such a disconnect with the Cuban people and their land, because the poorest of the poor go to food banks. They're given oil, rice, white flour, white rice, and sugar. Little bit of beans and vegetables, and they're given meat because there's so much chicken there. But they're missing what's growing right on their land. And even though they're poor, they've got some land. They could just take one bean, put it in the ground, and they've got like 100 beans in just a few months. But they're missing that connection. So the people there are so sick with cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure. So we literally, the cars couldn't even take us in. We literally went house to house to house to just help people understand how to just get reconnected with their, teach them how to sprout, how to just make natural remedies from their ginger, put it in a paper towel, put it on your knee that's in pain. Show them why 2 meals a day would actually be more beneficial if they didn't eat all these starches at night. So it was really awesome, and God bless my team, because my team of people, I was just like, they thought they were coming to learn medical missionary, and I'm like, listen, we have to now cook food for 70 people 3 times this week. And I don't even have a recipe for you because I wasn't planning to cook. They were going to cook. I was going to provide the food. And my team just jumped in the kitchen. I verbally gave them what to make, and they made the most incredible meals in sweltering heat, no air condition, a small propane stove to work with. And it was incredible. We fed almost 100 people, like 3 days in a row. And
Wow.
like, just my hats off. And everybody worked 12 hours, no AC, electricity turned off, water stopped, and our team just kept going and got up the next day to do it again. So it was amazing.
That is so good. That is so good. There we go.
It was so good. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
So yeah, very rewarding, but now we need to train or continue to train. There was a small group of people in the Cuban church that wanted to really learn more and know the needs of the community. So now we're working at training those people to follow up on all the people we visited. And for us to keep going back, we're setting up a not-for-profit organization so people can bring the donations, because every single penny was used. We gave clothing and toothbrushes and soap and money. We converted a lot to pesos, and we gave the people money, so that they can go and buy these remedies. But it was really great. But there's a lot of work to do. You can't be a visitor in Cuba.
All right. So Serena Will says, wow, 2 out of 70. Cindy says, amazing work in Cuba. Bien hecho. Well done. Cindy says, what a blessing for the people you encountered. God is good. Serena also says, amazing work, Carolyn. Hands up emoji, celebrate. Also says, wait, what? Put ginger where you have pain?
Yeah, you can just grate some ginger, put it in a paper towel, and lay it on the area. If it burns, it's not the ginger burning your skin. That means there's a lot of inflammation in the area. But you secure it to the area, wrap a cloth around that, secure it, and it actually will help to reduce the inflammation. If you have a sore throat, you can just put the ginger poultice on your throat. These were the practical. We showed them how to make ginger poultices. They have a lot of charcoal, so we did charcoal poultices, garlic, onion poultices. we shared all these natural remedies with items that they have in their land.
Wow,
But,
I did not know about the ginger one.
yeah.
Okay.
So book your consultation for more information.
Okay, that's a good little. Well, speaking of consultations, yes, for those who have stuck it out till the end, as I mentioned throughout the conversation today, because the Dr. Vibe Show finally passed over 1,500 subscribers.
Awesome.
Look, Serena Wills goes, wow, I've had tendonitis on my right wrist for months. Gonna try that. And I know that you'll communicate with Carolyn on the results of that 100%. But yes, since we have now passed over 1,500 subscribers, I waited to go a little bit over so it doesn't fluctuate. We're going to do a giveaway today, a complimentary consultation, complimentary. So we're going to do it now. We're going to put the screen up to give it away. All right. So we've got 18 people. We're going to qualify. Let's do what's one more comment.
How are you going to pick?
Oh, it does this for us.
Nice.
Okay. Cheryl Lewis Thorpe says, I just sent you an email to book a consultation. Bam. All right. This is what we like. And hey, Cheryl, you may win.
Yeah, I was just going to say, she might be the winner.
Laura says, praise God. What a powerful testimony. Absolutely. All right. I'm going to give 10 seconds. If you just put a comment or anything into the wherever you watch right now, except on LinkedIn, that will qualify you. But I'm going to give you 10, even just say giveaway and just hit enter and it'll show up on the screen because we're going to do this giveaway. So I'm giving 10 seconds right now. We have 18 entries. All right. I'm going to give it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Giveaway. Serena, you're already in. If you put a comment in, you qualify. So it says there's another person that's qualified. You said it's gone up to 19 from 18 now. So that probably was Cheryl. Okay. We're gonna do the giveaway now. So here we go.
This is exciting.
No, not me. No, we're not gonna do me. Sorry, that's just not fair. Let's go another round. All right. And actually, there's people that said that I could have said something before.
Stop putting comments in your show.
All right,
Laura
T1, Laura, what she's watching on. Okay, you know what? She's watching on Twitch. I don't know if you're gonna be doing it, so I'm just gonna do. Because I don't know if you'll do it, Laura, or not. But if I'm gonna do another one just in case, just as a backup. So Laura, I'm gonna give this you.
We'll do both if needed. It's no problem. We'll do both if needed.
Right.
Hopefully Laura can still do it.
Twitch can be a little bit funny at times. So, and there was something with this software that could prevent someone winning again. I didn't turn it on at the beginning. Look who it is. Cheryl. Okay, so there we go. Cheryl,
your consultation's free, darling.
Your consultation is on the house. LOL. There you go. So what you need to do, Cheryl, and I'm gonna put my email address. You're watching on YouTube, so I'm gonna just send you my email address. I need you to email me at this email address. I'm going to put in the comments, and then I will forward your email address to Carolyn so you can get that consultation set up. There we go. So, and Cheryl, it'd be nice too if you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, just subscribe to and share it out. So let's do some things. So there's contact information for Energy Shack Juice Bar, website, email address.
Sent an email. I see it in there, so all good.
Oh gosh, all right. Oh, that's bad. There you go. So she already sent it. Okay, so I don't have to do anything. Less work. Fantastic. So there's phone number, Facebook, YouTube for Energy Shack Juice Bar. Their Instagram, The Energy Shack Juice Bar. All right.
Yes, follow us on Instagram, The Energy Shack Juice
Lot-
Bar. You'll learn
lot-
about the cooking classes. And we
Yeah.
have so many free seminars. We have one coming up this Sunday with Dr. Higgins, an amazing chiropractic doctor. She's going to talk about the brain and the gut connection. So follow us on Instagram so you can sign up for these free seminars. And we're going to have a part 2 of hormone balancing the next Thursday. So we're constantly doing free information.
You know what? It's interesting too. One of the conversation topics I'm blessed to share with a lot of people have one of the big topics I'm hearing from women over 50 that have they're open to tell me menopause. That's become huge. So,
and you know what? Menopause should just be a missed period. You should not be having hot flashes and weight gain and sleep trouble. Those are not normal symptoms of menopause. But I'm going to leave the rest of that information for our hormone balancing seminar.
Yes.
But yeah, people need, honestly, try to stay connected and get this information. We watch so much garbage on social media. This is your show, what we're doing. This is information that's worth our time. Absolutely.
So for those of you who didn't win, you can get a consultation with Carolyn for $49 instead of $110 when you mention the Dr. Vibe or the Morning Vibe. There's the email address, info@Energy Shack Juice Bar. Because something tells me the next time that Carolyn's on, she's not going to have as much free time as she has right now. So speaking about that, next month, we're going to be talking about back to school stuff or back to work stuff, eating habits.
Yes. How to make sure those meals are rounded, healthy, and your kids are not picky eaters about them, and you're getting the right food in your lunchbox for your day-to-day work.
100%. So if you have any just general questions about health and nutrition, email Carolyn, info@energyshackjuicebar.com. Let's see. A few other things as always. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Yes, especially on YouTube. We want to hit 1,600 to do another giveaway. Aha! Advertise your business, product, or service on the show and email me at dr.vibe@thedrbeshow.com. Join our Discord group to continue the conversation. So I'll actually be putting the link for this conversation in the next 24 hours so you can watch the replay easily. And then a few other things. Let's go. If you want to get in touch with my co-host, Mr. Ryan Knight, RyanOneilKnight.com. Website, LinkedIn, Ryan Oneil Knight, Instagram at Ryan.Knight99. Email address for him, work with me, RyanOneilKnight.com. Also, website for me, the DRVIBESHOW.com. YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, The Dr. Vibe Show. Instagram, The Dr. Vibe Show. X/Twitter, at Dr. Vibe Show. You know, as I'm doing this, the comments are flying in. Email dr.vibe@thedrvibeshow.com. And I'm just going to scroll to the bottom. These are all the different places you can watch replays, the Dr. Vibe Show.
Nice.
YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, Afro Caribbean Business Network, Facebook, YouTube, Ryan Oneil Knight, YouTube. All right, let's see if we can get through these comments because they're just flying in. Okay. Okay, let's see where okay. Jacqueline, I will reach out to you about your next Cuba trip. What? All right. Cheryl, thank you. I will. You've already done that. Marlena Silva says, great job. Enjoyed every moment. Excellent. Jacqueline, I think you probably came in too late for the giveaway. No problem. Serena says, shoot, under 50. Menopause? Laura says, thanks. Cheryl says, email sent. Thank you both. And subscribe. Yes. Yes. Actually, that's interesting. When I do yes like this, I love watching food shows on TV. And one of the shows I enjoy watching, though the food is not good, is a show called The Great Food Truck Race. It's Tyler. Can't remember his last name. Torrance, I believe his last name. The food looks so good, but it's so bad. Oh, oh God. Serena says, amazing show. Thank you both. Well, thanks to everybody. You all made it great. So Cheryl says, Serena Wills, thank you, because Serena congratulated her on winning. Serena Wills, I'll be emailing you. Overdue for a follow-up. Can't wait. Laura, so did I not win? You did it twice. So Laura, I saw you. Okay, you know
So
what?
as I said, I'll do 2 free ones. No
Laura,
problem.
Laura, email me.
Laura's a winner too.
Yeah, so Laura, I thought you were on Twitch, but you know what? My bad, and thank you, Carolyn's kindness. Email me or email Carolyn at info.
Yeah, I'll do it for both of you.
Yeah, so Laura, I'm gonna put Carolyn's email address on the screen right now. And yeah, there's the and well, let me do it this way. So there's the email address, info@energyshackjuicebar.com. Take that information, email her ASAP, and we'll make it happen. Or she'll make it happen.
Absolutely.
I started to make it happen, and she'll make the rest of it happen. So, Laura, message me right quick to say you've got email address so we can, as Paul Abdul said in one of our albums, shut up and dance out of here. So let's make sure just message me that you've done it. Dr. Tachi says this was great. Fantastic. Laura, we're waiting on you to message me to say you got the email address. Please, Laura, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to confirm that, or I will exit. We're going to exit stage left. What's coming up for you, Carolyn, over the next few weeks?
Just a lot of seminars, and keep this date in mind. October 20th, we're having a healthy home expo. It's going to be at the Chestnut Hill Recreation. It is like $5 a ticket, but it's geared towards families with school-age children up to young adults. So the kids 14 and under are going to learn how to knit, crochet, and cook. And the 15 to 30-year-olds are going to go through a series of seminars on how to properly save, budget, invest, how to build your own entrepreneur businesses, how to become an entrepreneur. So it is going to be fantastic. We have amazing speakers, and we are like really empowering parents on how to help their kids not be picky eaters, be more accountable, responsible, and learn practical skills. So it's a one-day event, and you're going to see it soon.
Wow. So you'll probably be able to tell more about that when you come.
Yes. As we get closer in the September show, tickets will be up. There's a retreat coming up in November, 4 days and 7 days at the Windermere. So like I said, it's been a quiet summer, but we're gearing up for a very, very busy fall and winter.
Okay, so I just want to confirm email address, info@energyshackjuicebar.com.
You got it.
I'm Laura. I've just put that in the YouTube channel comments. So please do that. I don't want to hear that you didn't get what you rightfully deserved. Serena says still waiting for the U.S. tour. Carolyn, she's probably right. She went to Cuba, but she didn't go. She passed over America when she was going to Cuba. Come on now.
I'm working on it.
I'll chat with her, especially.
I am. I'm working on it. We're in plans next week to get me to New York to do a full series there. So keep you posted.
I would also say too, you should chat with Carolyn, with Serena, because she's a soror. So she has a large network of women that may be able to.
We'll figure it out, Serena.
Okay, so Laura, okay, thanks. Love the show. Laura, please send that email. I'm not going to be pleased until I know you. Carolyn will tell me. So please, can you do that today? All right. So Carolyn, thank you as always for everything you and your team and your family, all you have done, are done, and will be doing. Always love having you on the conversation. People love you. Okay. Laura says, yes, I got the email. Okay. Thank you. Just tell me you're going to get it done like as soon as possible, please. And thank you. That's great. So I always want to say thank you. And for everybody else, this is how we end off. Look at this. Serena says, have an amazing day, everyone. We will. For everybody else, we have to say this. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions, then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. And remember, just don't manage your time, manage your energy, and remember to give yourselves grace. And we will see you on Friday or in between. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and Energy Shack Juice Bar on Instagram. If you do that, we're going to be happy. God bless. Peace to all. Keep the faith and walk good.